Tasked with the responsibility of increasing liquidity in Nigeria's capital market, the NASD trades an array of instruments over the counter. The company aims to achieve 50% dematerialization by the end of 2016. How exactly will it achieve this despite the existing challenges of illiquidity in the capital market? Bola Ajomale, NASD CEO, joins us to speak about this. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
I remember the last time we were talking, we were talking about publicly quoted companies or
all PLCs.
All PLCs, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. All PLCs, the SEC creates in the law that says all PLCs must go through a registered broker participant to be able to trade private placements. And in my mind, I thought at that time that this was going to blow up the OTC market. Has it done that, actually?
Well, yes, it has to a certain extent. But the objective of that rule, first and foremost, was to create some kind of order in the market. So to that extent, it certainly has. The rule says that you cannot hold any public securities that you're holding must trade through a public platform. So what it essentially means is there's a lot more transparency in the system. It means there would always be a reference price for any security you're holding. It also ensures that the only people who are allowed to trade in securities are those who are registered with the SEC themselves. And there's also another layer, a mid-layer of an SRO, a self-regulating organization, that is watching those trades and ensuring that there's order and there's best practice, thereby protecting the investor. So that's really the purpose of that rule.
Okay.
Did it drive securities into the OTC markets? Certainly, because now it is illegal, essentially,
for you to trade
a PLC outside one of the markets. So you've got the Nigerian Stock Exchange, you've got FMDQ,
and you have got
NASD. And so it's in one of those three markets that you must trade. I think what we have seen as well, is that the three markets that exist almost trade exclusive their instruments. So what trades on NASD does not trade on the other two markets. What trades on NSE probably won't trade on the other two markets as well.
So, but we've been looking at the fact that the SEC has spoken that, it gave a mandate to the NSE to accomplish 100% dematerialization by the end of this year. And you've put a target for yourself to dematerialize 50% by the end of 2016. How far have we gone, and how far do we still have to catch up with?
Well, we started from zero. We started from zero. I'd say 28 months ago. We're now at 15%.
Oh, 15%?
We're at 15% as of now. That's probably a lot more than quite a few other countries have achieved over a longer period of time. Essentially, a lot of people have got shares, and they want the safety. They want the security attached to it, and they also want the ease of transactions that go with it. If you have your shares dematerialized, all you need to do is
just
instruct your broker.
And
you don't need to be there physically.
Exactly.
You're not walking around carrying a piece of paper. And a lot of people want that and are beginning to realize the advantages of it. And so there's a big push towards dematerializing. What we have done in NASD, of the 23 securities that are trading on the platform, we have advised them to get there to dematerialize and send it into CSCS, and most of them are actually working towards it.
But the challenges will still always. I mean, look at the country we live in. There's challenges everywhere. I mean, traffic even coming here was a challenge. But on your side, being the platform to which people can trade on, what have been the biggest challenges in terms of creating more liquidity, getting more companies listed, getting more trades to happen on the market?
Well, so far now, in this year, and again, I guess zero is always a good number to start from, because that way you can see how far you have traveled. From a 6-month period, in the first 6 months of trade, just to put it in perspective, first 6 months of trade, we had maybe like 20 to 30 transactions. This year, 9 months this year, we've had over 1,600 transactions. Volume this year, we traded about almost 50 billion has been traded, swapped hands on the platform. So slowly the market is growing. And so we tend not to look at the challenges of why aren't we bigger? But we're saying, how far have we come and what can we do better?
And asking about how far have you come and what you could do better, none of us thought you would get this far. I mean, well, we did expect that the markets was going to get deep, but I'm thinking 2007, was I thinking that there was going to be an NASD? Was I thinking there was going to be an FMDQ and there was going to be so much trade happening on both OTCs? No, I did not. So how did we get this far this quick?
I think the OTC markets came at the right time, and they also came at a time when there was demand for that particular type of service. NASD has been on paper. It's been alive on paper for maybe 20 years almost, and really it wasn't the right time for us to create that kind of market. However, after the boom of issues that took place in the late 2000s, after the boom and the market crash, then there are a whole lot of people who are holding on to securities and they want to trade them. And these securities are not on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and so all they could do was take them to, should I say, unauthorized practitioners to trade. And so they were not really getting the best deal for their investments. Now, what has happened is there's been a public need, there's been a recognized need for these kind of markets, and so we just happen to be the right people in the right place, I guess.
At the right time.
Who have created that market and have enabled it to service the investor. All
right, so you're still going to be with us. We will come back to you in a short while. We have to go to take some market reports from Tosi, but do stay with us because when we return, we'll be talking more about deepening the Nigerian capital market against all odds. Welcome back. We'll be going to Tosi right now. Tosi, what is on your radar over there? What stocks outperformed your expectations?
Tunji, the gainers and losers today. I mean, let's start with this. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index has been margined to negative 12.5%. So that looks like the gainers for today. We've seen Transnational at 9.5%. We've seen GSK at 5.5%. We've seen PZ Cousin at 4.9%. I mean, I heard that there's improved sales to the stock as the situation in the north is improving, and that is contributing to their revenue line. Also, we've seen Livestock Feeds at 4.85%, likewise Sterling Back at 4.69%. And our losers for today, Vitafoam at negative 5%. This stock is one of the best performing stocks this year, so maybe we're just in a slight correction here. We have Eternal at negative 5%, Master Insurance lost 4.85%, Cotix lost 4.8%, and Unilever lost 4.6%. Also on this top losers list, we have Oando. Yet again, it lost 1.8% today, leaving its trading price at 9 naira and 11 kobo. And that is it for the top gainers and top losers for today.
Thank you very much, Tosi. That was quite insightful. Bola Ajomale is still with us, and we're still talking about the capital market, and we're going to be wrapping this up very quickly. But before you do go, what exactly do you feel should be done?
First part of liquidity, I think, is awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness in terms of the potential of the companies, research, analysis, a lot of information, both from the companies themselves as well as from operators in the market. Once you have information, you can price right. If you do not have information, then someone's going to be doubtful as to the value. Either it's too high or it's too low, and as a result, buyer and seller will not meet.
Not meet, yeah.
So I think information is probably one of the most important aspects. And again, a realization from those who are generating the information that it's not always sellable on day one. Yeah. The information helps in revaluing the market and pricing the market right, and it's only when it's priced right that the investors then follow the information and comment. So that's always what I point out to be the most important.
I know I shouldn't be asking you this because, I mean, but I'm still going to ask anyways. What exactly, which stocks are your favorite ones?
Okay, well, that's a great question and probably an easy one to answer. We'll leave it to the market to decide. But there actually is a point to that, because for the first time ever, the Pearl Awards, which has been around for about 20 years, they're recognizing the OTC markets. And as a result, they have listed some criteria for giving an award to an OTC security.
Oh.
And so that probably would be my best security. The one that wins the Pearl Awards on the OTC.
It's probably your best.
That's probably the best one, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you for coming on the show. Thank you for joining us today on Business Nigeria. Remember that you can be a part of the show. You can follow us on Twitter at BTVA Newsroom, and you could hashtag Business Nigeria. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to look at the market and the economy. Till then, my name is Tunji Andrews. Stay safe.